Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Amateur Knives, and I was going to do an overview of some of the things I picked up at Blade Show, Texas. If you haven't never been to one of the shows, I greatly recommend it. You'll have a blast out there. You'll meet like-minded people. You'll get to meet the makers and talk to them about their designs and things to come in the near future. Yeah, next time you have a chance to go to a show, if it's close to you, go ahead and make it out there. You get to handle a lot of knives and, like I said, meet like-minded people. It's a great time. I wasn't really going to pick up anything at the show. I was really more going to enjoy myself and, just take the time and talk to people out there. But I came through the Microtech booth and I saw these two guys and decided to go ahead and pick them up. This is the Glykon. This just came out probably about 6 months ago from Microtech. It's featuring their top mount button, their side mount button, so you can retract it using the side buttons or the top mount buttons. It's also ambidextrous, so you can change that pocket clip to the other side, and you can carry it both right hand and left hand carry. Another feature that they just started doing as well is these scales. They made some removable scales, so you're going to be probably seeing something about the maybe they're starting to let people customize their knives, and maybe they're looking into the aftermarket department. We'll see how that goes, but I can see what people anodizing these scales, maybe changing them, putting some carbon fiber, some fat carbon, but we'll see what comes up in the near future from them or from other aftermarket makers. I'm gonna go ahead and send this guy off to somebody else and have him do a better review than I will probably. And yeah, so this is the Microtech Glykon. Another thing that I picked up was actually wanted it on Lotto. This is from NotoriousEDC. If you haven't checked him out, go check him out. It's a cool multi-tool pry bar. Has a bottle opener in the front, a bit holder, and a pry bar in the back. Very cool idea. If you haven't checked him out, go check him out. His name is NotoriousEDC, and he is on Instagram. Next thing that I picked up was this pin from TactileTurn. It was one of their Blade shows pins, and they always have cool graphics. If you haven't checked them out, go check them out. They got cool graphics all the time. The millings on their pins and the fillings on their pins are nice. From their knives to their pins, you're gonna get a great product. Go check them out. TactileTurn or Tactile Knife Co. And they're both on Instagram as well. The one I was really going to go over is the MSI. So this is the new one they just launched in SHOT Show 2023. It's featuring the Ram lock, and it's kind of similar to other Axis locks and stuff like that. It is, but it isn't. I know a lot of people are going to say it's the same thing. It's not the same thing. It's similar in design, but there's differences, just like in any other knife, from lock mechanisms to the design of the knife. It might look similar, but there's differences in those knives. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you some comparisons to it. I'm gonna go ahead and put it up against the Spyderco Paramilitary 2, and we'll put it against the Para 3. So you can see it's actually a big knife. It's overall, it's 9 inches overall, 5-inch handle, 4-inch blade. We'll put it up against the Shaman and some of these bigger knives here. You got the Strider SNG. Let's bring out one that I'll probably end up comparing it to quite a bit. The Demco 8020. There's another one, the TRM Atom. the Benchmade 940. And the Bug Out. Both of these have aftermarket reblades on them. One's made by Transparent Knives, and the other one is made by Razor Edge Knives. If you haven't checked them out, go check them out. They're on Instagram as well. And I think one of the knives that is going to be better compared to an overall length, and it's going to give you a great idea of the dimensions of the knife, is going to be the Spartan Harsey. It's really close in length and blade handle. It's a blade handle of 5 inches, the blade length of 4 inches. So if you happen to have a Spartan Harsey, you'll have a tremendous great idea of the overall length and size of the knife. So overall, I'm really liking the knife. I'm really liking the ram lock. It's spring loaded. They're going to compare to, like I say, to the Benchmade. They're going to compare it to the Demco. They might even compare it a lot to the Spyderco Manix. But they're all a little bit different in the lock design, so it's not going to be necessarily the same. I do like the detent a little bit. Well, if you call it a detent, a little bit better on the Demco. It kind of has a little bit more authority. But when you snap it out, it gets a little bit more tension. But as you can see, it works very well. One thing that I did change on it was the pocket clip. For me, it was digging into the palm of my hand, so I went ahead and changed it. It was kind of upswept, kind of tall. It was protruding kind of tall, so whenever I gripped it tight, it would dig into the palm of my hand. The other thing, I felt that the tension on it was a little bit light, so I was scared that something will snag in here, pop it, and pry the pocket clip over, and I'll have to take it off and bend it back over. So rather than do that, I just went ahead and changed it. For me, it's just a personal thing. You might like it. The thing about that clip, it carried really deep in the pocket. It carried well. I did like it. Like I said, the only part was that upswept on the bill. I probably could have just bent it on the bill, bent it a little bit forward, and it probably would have worked out fine. I had this clip, changed it, and I said, why not? Might have made it look a little bit better, maybe not. Who knows? It's just preference, anyways. But overall, I'm really liking the knife. I think it lends itself well. The design is great. It's a great utilitarian cutting knife that you can choke up pretty good, and I think it's going to make a great EDC knife, a great all-around carry. So if you're thinking about picking this guy up, I would recommend it. I'm not really sure if other people are liking it, they're not liking it. What are your thoughts about it? Do you think you'll like it? Are you thinking about picking it up? Let me know in the comments below. Hey, thanks for looking at the channel, and I appreciate you guys. Have a great one, guys.